Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love Island UK, Season 11, Episode 22.
Listen here, sorry for the late upload. I had a lot of things to do today, but I'm here right now. Blair, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Harriet is crying after Kieran's comments.
Oh, my goodness.
About her being second 3 times over. Second choice. Matilda and Grace have gone after to console her. Matilda is like, I don't know why Nicole and Jess thinks it's funny. Harriet is embarrassed.
Yeah, she is.
And Grace tells her this is your journey, and Ronnie said that you were the first option.
Ronnie did come in with the save and said you are the first choice, you are the first option, even though she's like the third option, but I understand.
And back at the fire pit, Kieran is telling everyone who's still there that other people have also said nasty things, that they've said that he is nasty, and they've been fake to his face. Jess is like, look, if you give it, you got to be able to take it.
Of course Jess would say that. Harriet
says that if it was her boyfriend who said that, she would be livid. She's like, where is Nicole?
I did say that last episode, remember?
So Jess tries to cheers to good people,
and
everybody's just kind of looking at her with a side eye.
Just to give y'all, Mimi was like, you are like, what is the word she said? Bad mind or something like that. It's a certain term she said that Mimi spoke up. You made Mimi speak up against what you did, Jess. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, Grace says that it was really nasty that Kieran voiced that. No one ever thought or looked at Harriet like the second option.
Yeah, that's true.
Kieran is telling Nicole that he didn't like the immature comment that she made. And Nicole is telling him, just sleep on it. Don't worry about it. You really don't need to speak to her.
Okay.
Ronnie goes to check on Harriet and says that, I should have been protecting you. Grace and Matilda honestly think that he handled it well. Harriet says, I didn't even say anything to him. Ronnie tells her to keep being her and to stop crying.
Yeah, stop crying, Harriet. I think Harriet crying is making the situation worse, where really it's really not that bad. Y'all basically just jawing at each other, basically.
Yeah, and my thing, too, I noticed... I don't know. I don't want to be like Jess in this way, but Harriet does seem to cry whenever the heat gets a little too hot.
Just a little too hot?
Even when she's the one who says some disrespectful things out of her mouth.
Okay.
Because she thought she got one over by him on saying he's immature and smiling and smirking in his face when he said something else back. And she was like, oh, dang, I don't have a comeback for this one. No. Even when Ronnie went to go check on her, she seemed to be like very calm, cool, and collected. I think she was happy to get that attention from Ronnie.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder how genuine are these tears that she so often has.
I don't know. True. I don't know either, Blair.
So Jess and Trey end up talking. Jess says that it was a simple game that ended up bad. Trey honestly felt bad for Harriet. And Jess is just like, talking to him and saying that, maybe you need somebody like me who's as loud and honest as me. And then they start talking about perfumes and how she likes men to wear masculine perfumes because it can intimidate people. And then she asked him to smell him and asked, does it smell intimidating to you? And he's like, no.
Yeah, because she says she sometimes like to put on men perfume, and I'll be like, Jess, what are you trying to do right here?
Yeah. Jess, she's just doing a lot this episode.
Yeah.
And she's trying to be very aggressive, and I don't think Trey is really into that. I think he's tolerating it, but Jess has some odd energy.
Yeah, she does.
Joey pulls Jessie for a chat. Nicole tells Grace not to worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're gorgeous. You're all this. You're all that. Jessie says, you gave me an open, but Grace kind of gave me that you guys were closed off. Joey says that he and Grace are close, but it would be silly of him to close things off. Joey says that the date with Jessie was the best date he's had. He'd like to take her on another date. He thinks that he's within his rights to be here and to explore. He's not in a relationship.
See, we're close, but we're not closed.
Exactly.
Semantics with a side of lies,
Right. He says that he's never had this ease of a flowing conversation with anyone.
Not with the ex he'd been with for years and then rekindled.
Exactly.
But with this stranger who he just met. The conversation is flowing easy. I hear you, Joey.
Yeah, so Grace, she's talking about how she's not going to go over there to interrupt their conversation. Like, if he wants to talk, he needs to come to me.
That's facts.
So as they're getting ready for bed, Harriet says Jess and Nicole can F off. They're not her friends.
That's true.
Jess ends up asking her if she's okay, and Harriet says no. Harriet's like, why would you embarrass me in front of everybody? Talking to Jess, because Jess also had some comments during the session.
Course.
And Jess was just like, it was a game. You need to calm down. She ends up calling the girl the idiot as she was walking by.
Oh, my gosh.
So Grace wants to stay on the daybed. She doesn't want to be in the same room as Joey. Matilda goes out to sleep with her. So Sean is without his girl.
Again, it's like Sean gets the girl. He can't sleep with the girl. And Grace, you being a little dramatic in the scene. You're not even coupled up with Joey. You're not even in the same bed as Joey. So I don't even understand why you feel like, oh, I can't be in the same room with him. Relax.
Right. So it's the next day. Grace asks Jesse, did you pull Joey for a chat or did he pull you? And Jesse is just like, yeah, he pulled me. Grace is just annoyed and flabbergasted because he's over here talking about how he can get so deep with Jesse. But Grace is like, he's never asked me about my family. He's never tried to have these deep chats with me.
Truth be told, he never asked Jesse about her family either.
No.
But it's flowing.
Right.
Okay, I hear you.
Well, Joey likes Jesse, but he doesn't like that it caused this upset with Grace. He wants a future wife, but he needs to also get to know other people.
Help me understand that, Joey. Because you didn't have this type of energy when Omar was trying to talk to her, or not even trying to talk to her, just being nice to her.
Yeah.
You wanted to beat up on him. And Connor's coupled up with him. Hey, Joey, don't make me pull this dashiki out from under this table, buddy. Because the patterns you are showing is not conducive to what I like. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't understand why you feel the need to be open, but yet Omar can't be nice. And then later in the episode, you kind of blame her for Connor. It's like, what are you doing here? You're gaslighting me.
Exactly. So Harriet doesn't understand how Kieran has this much attention towards her.
Okay.
She's like, she gives Nicole advice whenever Nicole comes to her, which is a lot. And that's pretty much as far as her conversations with Nicole go about Kieran.
And that's the problem. You share too much of your relationship with other people, Nicole. And most of the time, it's nothing. You get what I'm saying? It's just nothing.
Yeah. Well, the girls all think that Kieran should apologize for the comment he made.
No, he shouldn't.
Ronnie, in a way, feels disrespected because he disrespected his girl, and he's not going to stand for that.
Listen, Ronnie, I understand you turn over a new leaf, but you don't have to prove your commitment to Harriet by trying to come at me.
Yeah.
Okay, relax. Okay, you're still Turbo, right? Okay, okay, relax, Turbo.
So Jess is talking to Nicole, just reiterating what she said this whole time. If you can't take it, don't give it. She said, "I've tried so hard to be nice to this girl."
No, you haven't.
I don't think you've tried that hard,
Not
Jess.
at all.
So Kieran and Ronnie are having their conversation.
Okay.
Ronnie asked him, "Do you think you should apologize to Harriet?" Kieran said no.
Nope.
He answered the question in the game. She reacted and started saying rude stuff. And then he reacted and said what he said. Ronnie says, if you apologize for your comment, it really could go a long way with her. And Kieran is not going to because he meant what he said and he's not sorry for it.
Listen here. I am Kieran. Listen here, my wife knows, and people who know me knows, I do not say sorry unless I am sorry, right? I feel like sorry should be a word that we should not strip the power away from it. And when I apologize, I completely, sincerely humble myself, and I am sorry. I am not saying sorry for you to feel better about yourself if I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
That's just how I move. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm not sorry. Okay? Like, it's just how it is.
So Jesse and Will end up talking.
Yeah.
Will, surprisingly, not surprisingly because Jesse's not a beautiful girl. She absolutely is. But I thought he was really into Uma.
Ooh.
But apparently he's interested in Jesse. He says, it would be crazy to be closed off after knowing somebody for 2 weeks.
Man, after Uma just started kissing you.
So Grace and Joey have a talk.
Okay.
And Joey tells her nothing has changed about how I feel about you.
Interesting.
Grace tells him, you're saying that we don't have these deep chats and you're acting like you're missing something with me. If you felt something was missing, then you should have done something about it. They both have said that they would explore something new with someone. And Joey feels like he has to get to know her. And Grace tells him, you don't have to do that. Joey feels that Grace is getting to know Connor.
Gaslighting.
And she's like, no, I am not. Well, she's not going to sit here and wait for him to basically have his pick of the litter. He just thinks it would be silly for him not to get to know somebody.
That's crazy.
Grace says, cool. And at this point, she's open to getting to know people too.
And now the reason why that don't mean anything, because the person that she would get to know is gone.
Right.
Omar,
right.
The one time that Omar actually would have a chance to be coupled up with somebody, he's up out the paint.
Right.
That ain't right.
So she thinks it would be stupid to throw away what they have. She wants to get to know him some more as far as Joey, but it's not going to be like it was before. They end up hugging and kissing and saying they're good. And she even tells him that she missed him.
Yeah. Even people was looking like, oh, look, they talking. Maybe they're good. But I think Joey was basically trying to put it on her, like, look, I'm only doing what you did to me. You are getting to know Connor. I'm getting to know, and she's like, wait. No, I'm not getting to know.
Exactly.
I'm not getting to know this guy.
So Nicole gets a text.
Yeah.
It's time for them to get ready for their night party, which they have a VIP guest. They're having Eve perform.
EVE.
Yeah, so Eve comes, she performs. She even asks them what an Eggy Boff is.
Okay.
That gets them rolling.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the bombshells to choose who they would like to steal.
Yeah.
So Trey decides to steal Jess.
Of course.
Jesse decides to steal Joey.
Now, during this moment, Blair, when she chooses Joey and Joey want to act like he's shell-shocked and act like, oh my goodness, she chose me, what was your reaction to that?
I didn't know why Joey was acting like that. I'm like, you have literally pursued this girl, had conversations with this girl. You probably spoke to her the most out of everybody else.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm just like, Joey is doing this for the plot of the show.
Exactly.
He's doing this for the show because there ain't no way that he didn't know.
Blair, you hit the nail on the head. It was at this moment where you was talking to me and you said he feels like, to paraphrase, this feels scripted. This feels like a producer plan. Why are you surprised? Even Grace was like, why are you surprised?
Right.
What's wrong with you? You get what I'm saying?
So Uma busts out laughing. Grace doesn't think anything is funny. So I think there's some cracks starting to form within the friendship circle that have probably just gotten deeper because Jess and Harriet have been at it. So Joey is shocked, or at least pretending he's shocked.
Of course.
Grace is wondering why he's acting like he's shocked when he's been entertaining her this whole time.
Facts.
So Joey is happy that Jesse picked him. And Matilda tells Grace as they're up in the room, just kind of gathering themselves, you need to keep being you. This will be a lesson or a blessing, and it'll basically allow it to give you clarity.
That's true.
Grace ends up pulling Joey, and not even like, hey, Joey, do you want to come and talk? Joey, get up right now. We need to talk.
Move. Come on.
He's like, what you being Aggie for? So Grace expected that he would be chosen. So she asked him, why were you acting shocked? And Joey's like, as days went on, there was pressure with us. He felt bad about the Samantha thing. He tells her that, she was shocked when she got picked by Connor. And Grace is just like, you're talking a whole bunch of nonsense.
You ain't making no sense.
There was no pressure. You were happy I was here. You were happy I walked in. And you were ready to jump into a situation with me. And you was not concerned about Samantha. So Joey is playing at her face.
Listen here, man. If y'all would have saw how Joey and Samantha, how Joey and Grace was at the sleepover villa and things like that, it almost as if they just pressed resume on their relationship. Remember when I reviewed a couple episodes ago, I don't think Blair was here, and I was like, justice for Samantha.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is, how are you going to bring somebody in who has a prior connection to basically try to go up against someone who has a new connection? And now he's trying to gaslight Grace by saying, look, I'm closer basically with this new girl than I am with you. It flows better. And Grace is like, what are you talking about? Like, you are making no sense. I didn't put no pressure on you. I didn't even put no pressure on you to say that we're closed off.
Right.
When Connor asks, or when Omar asks, or whatever, or when you brought the reference up, I told them, hey, action speaks louder than words. And I thought I was giving the actions that we are closed off. It is what it is.
So Jess and Trey have a conversation.
Yeah.
And she's happy to share a bed with somebody that she actually wants to. She tells him no funny ideas, though. She's going to build up a pillow wall, and then they joke about him breaking it down. Jess asks if he wants to give her a kiss on the cheek, and he ends up kissing her on the lips. And I'm just like, he didn't even want to kiss you at that point, Jess. Like, you're like commanding the conversation and trying to control this thing. And I think it's because she's feeling very vulnerable.
But here's the thing about it, right? Even when she's trying to little boy this man, or basically in our lingo, son him, right? Basically said, do you want a kiss? I'll give you a cheek. He basically was like, stop playing, and then he kissed on the lip. I don't know, and I was telling Blair while we was watching this, I think her personality fits Ronnie the best.
Yeah, because he doesn't take her serious.
No, he don't. And I think some guys, they have the ego enough to where it can be easily fractured, to where they can feel like, why are you like talking to me like this? To where Ronnie, it could just roll off his back and he will be sarcastic about it, you know? So
Joey ends up pulling Jesse to the terrace. And let me tell you as well. I forgot to mention that when he was talking to Grace, he's like, I haven't had to sneak around, and I'm putting everything out in the open and all this type of stuff. I'm not going up on the terrace and doing stuff. He
did say that specifically.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
And just a couple minutes later, he ends up on the terrace with Jesse.
Oh my goodness.
And he's telling her if she didn't pick him, he would have been gutted. Matilda, Harriet, and Grace peep what's going on, so they sit by the fire pit so they can get a better view. Why does Joey end up having Jesse sit on the floor so they can not be seen and finish up their conversation? Now, my thing is, Jesse, why would you agree to do that?
Now, wait a minute. I heard her sneaking around. Now, let's hold on. You're going through the scene a little bit too fast for me.
All right.
Right? For one, he goes up on the terrace, right? Mm-hmm. And then he basically was like, I would have been gutted if you didn't pick me.
Yeah.
Mind you, he told Grace that he was shocked that he was picked. Do you hear how?
And even earlier in the day, he told Jesse he was shocked.
So I don't even understand what he means.
This is a game to Joey.
Yes, he's playing us. He's playing us.
Yeah. He says that the way that he and Jesse connected on the date, he doesn't connect with girls like that.
Not Grace. Okay.
And then they end up kissing on the floor on the terrace because he's sneaking around. Or not sneaking around, as he likes to say.
Is that the whole episode?
Yeah, that's the episode.
What is your thoughts on this episode?
Gosh, Joey. I think Joey is just in his actor bag right now. I think that he's doing it for the drama of the show. He's had a fill of telling people, oh, you need to talk to them and you need to go over there and you need to do that. He's like, okay, it's time for me to put on my cape and get to work. Yeah. So I think this is Joey at work. And I think, Jess, you are going to run this man away.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's going to bid his time to Casa Amor and bring somebody a little bit more pleasant back. What about you?
I thought this episode was good. I think the fact that Joey is gaslighting Grace, he may get and the fact that he's saved, that's the part that got me mad, because the fact that he's recoupled with Jesse or is that he can't be voted out.
Right.
So now there will be a voting next episode and we get to see who leaves. And I'm like, Joey is always saved. It's so interesting how the producer plant always gets saved. You get what I'm saying? It's not time for him to go.
Yeah.
But no, he's gaslighting Grace. Grace is played like a fool. He actually made Grace likable. Because we actually get to hear her talk more, see her personality more. But I don't know. Maybe this may be her time to go. I'm not sure. I will say this, though, as a PSA. I want to give a PSA while we at the end of the episode. I've been hearing clips all throughout of Love Island UK from people who have been eliminated. And they said that Ayo and Mimi is the couple of the villa. Right, that's all I keep hearing. Samantha say, oh yeah, they are definitely like my favorite couple. They are definitely like serious and things of that nature. Tiffany just came out with an interview and things like that and said like they are serious. They are like basically my couple that I'm voting for, that I'm rooting for. If they are the couple of the villa and everybody who's been in the villa knows that they are that, why aren't we seeing that?
Yeah. It'd be great to see it.
It would be great to see it. I want to see more Ayo and Mimi, so I get to see if they are the couple of the villa, you know?
Yes.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Listen here, we will be back with more Love Island UK later on today. Y'all be good.
Bye.
Bye.